What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of my channel. My name is Yangji, and today we are going to be talking about 3 things that will help you make it driving full-time as an Uber driver. Now, if you guys have not yet already, please subscribe to my channel, as I will come out with, and have been coming out with regular videos on how to make it as an entrepreneur and on your own. And if you guys are looking to sign up for Uber, you guys can use my referral link in the video description below, as you guys will get a bonus, so do not miss out on that bonus. Now let's begin. A little background information about myself. I have been driving for about 2 years. I have driven for about 2 years, mainly full-time. I don't drive anymore, but I am here to share my experiences with you, as I have made it as a full-time driver, paying for my own expenses while still funding my own business, and just being able to do it efficiently. And I want to share my experience with you all. So let's begin. How to make it as a full-time driver. It's going to come down to these 3 points in my opinion. So number 1 would be, you want to find a routine. So what this means is you want to take you just want to find something that works for you from day in to day out. So for example, what worked for me before was driving mainly in the afternoon slot. That'll be around 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock, because that is one of the 3 time blocks which I have talked about in one of my other videos. So be sure to check that out if you guys have not already. So I drive in the afternoon block where people get off work and there is quite a bit of demand for rides, because people are usually going off work to the airport, to dinner, to wherever you can imagine after they get off work, or even going home. So it's actually a very busy time in that time slot. So it's a very good time for you to drive, because there's going to be surge rates, there's going to be longer rides, there's going to be shorter times in between ride requests. So you want to find your routine, and preferably you want to find your routine within one of these 3 time blocks that are really busy. And the first one would be the morning, second one would be what I just talked about, which is in the afternoon. Third one, if you guys do like late night driving, that would be from anywhere 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. I have done quite a bit of each, and my favorite would still be the afternoon slot, because I like waking up a little later during the day, and just kind of take it easy, and it doesn't go too late into the night. And it's just, I love the crowd as well, because people getting off work, they're usually a lot more chill as opposed to people getting to work. They're usually a lot more hectic, or people getting off late night shifts, they're usually drunk, or just super tired and can't wait to go home. So aside from being able to pick up good rides, it's also a good vibe of people, because it's just a better vibe that way. Number 2 would be, when you first start and when you're well into your driving career, you still want to be flexible, because imagine when you're driving full-time for Uber, you do want to you do want to earn a certain amount, because if you're driving full-time, assuming that this is probably your main gig, you are going to want to make your ends meet. And what that means is you're going to want to have, you're going to want to make a certain amount every day on average, or every week on average, or every month on average. So you're going to have to be flexible at times, because on some days you're not going to be able to make that easy money like on other days. From my experience, because I have a routine down and I have a strategy down, most of the time I do make the amount of money that I want to make within an expected time range that I make them. So for example, I used to shoot to make $100 a day, and that would usually be made within 4 to 6 hours. Some days you're gonna have to stay out for a little longer, because you just don't get the nice rides or the long rides. or there's just a lot of waiting time in between ride requests, so you're going to have to stretch out your working time, and you're going to have to end up working more on those days because you're just not getting the rides that you need. So this is why you have to be flexible, because during those days, you're either going to have to call off work early because you're just not feeling that that day is your day, or you're going to have to stay out later to make up for the discrepancy in the quality of rides and the fares that you're not earning. So, you choose from one of those, because, if you call off the day short, that means you're going to have to make it up on another day. But if you're flexible enough and just stay out longer and just be flexible with the schedule, you still make up for, what you need to earn that day, but you're just going to stay out longer so you don't have to pick up the slack on another day. So that's happened quite a few times to me, and the main thing with that is just be flexible with your schedule and be flexible with where you need to drive in order to make the amount of money that you need to make that day. Number 3, this is very important, you have to know your city. And depending on the size of your city and your routine, you are going to have to get to know it to an extent. So I drove in LA, and LA is a huge city to know. And of course, you're not going to know it like right off the bat, like within a few months of your driving, your driving career, because it's just impossible. But there are going to be, you're going to come across as soon as possible, on places that you want to be and places you don't want to be. And this all depends on your preference. My preference was I love to stay away from traffic. I like to stay on the freeway because I have the fast track. And I like staying on the freeway because you get more mileage. And more mileage means you earn your money faster. Okay? So you really have to know your preference as well. And this kind of ties back to, number 1. If you have a routine, you kind of tend to follow that routine, because if you have a routine that works today, tomorrow, and for a longer period of time, why would you vary from that routine? Because, it's just, when you have a routine, you just drive, and it becomes more of a no-brainer that you sooner or later are going to earn that money that you need to earn for that day and just stick to the routine. Versus when I first started driving, I was driving everywhere and I had no idea how to connect rides, which is also very important, because connecting rides is a concept that, as soon as you drop off someone, it's you're gonna pick up someone else very soon within, that vicinity of when you first dropped off somebody. So that's very important, because that means you're gonna be waiting less, you're gonna be driving around less, and you're just gonna be able to connect those rides and make your money faster. So that is also part of knowing your city. It's like, you picked up somebody, and then you know where you want to be, so you can pick up the next person, and you know where you want to be, so after you drop off the second person, you get to pick up the third person, and you're just connecting rides. There's very little waiting time in between, and you're just gonna get your stuff done faster every day. So, I talked about how to do this and knowing your routine in another video. So if you guys have not yet already, please subscribe and check out the other video. And this concludes my top 3 points on how to make it as a full-time driver. And if you guys have not yet already, please subscribe to my channel. If you guys are planning to sign up for Uber, use my referral link below and don't miss out on that bonus. See you guys next time.